guys, welcome back to Too Cool for Middle School. If you're new here, my name is Megan Forbes and I teach 6th and 8th grade history and English in Southern California. Today I wanted to talk to you about something that I feel is a really important part of my job. Since I have middle schoolers who are just kind of starting to become aware of the communities around them and the impact they have on the world, I want them to start taking an active role in being a change maker in their community. Now for us, this is something that we talk about a lot, and even as a history department, we implemented like a service learning program actually last year, and it has continued into this year, but it is a little bit difficult to just like pull all of that together and start a plan. We've learned the hard way that it's a little bit tough to just tell students like, okay, go out and make a difference, but like not give them any ideas or resources or guidelines. So I was really excited to find this action plan by Generation No Kid Hungry, because it's something that helps me as a teacher, and it also gives so many more resources to my students. One thing that I've learned about activism, and it's definitely true in this case, is that if there are already people doing the work that you would like to do, join up with them and become part of a bigger movement, because you can have more of an impact that way. So Generation No Kid Hungry has 2 goals, and I fully support both of these goals. Their first goal is to ensure that all students come to school fed and that they have a full tummy so that they can concentrate in class. And as teachers, we know that when a kid comes to school hungry, they can't concentrate, they're not ready to go, and it's something that feels so out of our control, but something that we wish that we could fix for all of our students walking into our room. We know that there are 13 million kids who live in households in the United States that don't have enough food to eat. So that means 1 in 6 kids who are coming into our classroom every day didn't have enough food and maybe didn't eat breakfast. And there are a lot of programs out there that do address this issue, but kids aren't always able to access those programs. And we know that only 50% of those kids who need breakfast at school are actually getting it. So I know that teachers have big hearts and we want to like take on every issue that we possibly can, especially for our students. But one of the even more effective things that we can do is pass on some of this work to our students and give them the tools that they need to be empowered, to be leaders, and to actually make a difference in their communities. So if you were telling me about all this and I was hearing about all this, I'd be like, okay, where do I sign up? Where do I get information to actually start to make a difference? So you can follow this bit.ly right here to get a free service learning toolkit. I got my own right here. You can download it and print it out and look through everything that it comes with. So this is your action plan. It starts off with a letter to teachers explaining everything that is in this toolkit and how you could use it, especially if you have like mandatory community service hours at your school or anything like that. This is perfect for your kids to find a way to meet those hours. There's also a letter for students to explain to them why they should put their energy into making sure that students who come to school have breakfast. And it explains what they can do to get started. It comes with an information sheet where kids can learn more about the issue of childhood hunger. And you could actually use this in your classes and have students look at these different statistics, use this as an informational text, and talk about what kids can do to get involved. Now this is my favorite part. I need some kind of a plan. So there is an actual chart right here breaking different projects down by the number of hours that it would take to complete. So if you just have 1 hour or a couple of hours, maybe your kids could make some kind of an awareness video that they could share with their school or their families or their communities about childhood hunger. Maybe they could volunteer at a local food bank. Maybe they could host a food drive or organize a healthy cooking competition. And there are links on the digital sheet where they can click on all of those ideas and follow them for more information if that sounds interesting to them. I love this part too. I think this is such an important part of getting involved and volunteering. It's coming up with a mission statement. Why are you doing this? Because it's going to get hard at some point and you've got to look back at that mission statement. So they write their name here, they write their goals, and they break down their goals into what do you want to change, who do you want to help the most, what do you want the future to look like after your service work is completed. And they make a list of resources and support that they'll need in order to accomplish that goal. Another really cool thing that you could definitely show in class, or maybe like on your school news if you have something like that, are the stories of other kids who have really taken on leadership roles and decided to do something really big in their communities. So these are kids that our students can look to as role models and come up with other ideas to make an impact in their own communities. And then lastly, there are like social media hashtags that your kids can use. This is an opportunity for them to make a positive digital footprint. So if they have their own Twitter accounts or Instagram accounts, they can use these hashtags like hashtag Team NKH, No Kid Hungry, or like hashtag ending hunger, hashtag powered by breakfast. And this can help them build a positive social media presence. Plus they can follow those hashtags and be inspired by other kids who are doing this work in other areas. So this is something I'm actually gonna be jumping on right away. My students have been asking me for more opportunities to serve because sometimes they have to be like 16 or something in order to work in certain organizations. So this is perfect. I'll keep you updated on how it goes, and I would love to find out if you start to implement this in your school. Thank you so much to Generation No Kid Hungry and We Are Teachers for partnering with me and letting me share this amazing information with you all. This is like the best part of our job, right? Where we watch our kids become the leaders of the future. That's what I love to see. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.